Daredevil, Reborn, 2010, is a pivotal comic in the Daredevil series, marking a new beginning for Matt Murdock after the events of Shadowland. The comic opens with Matt Murdock wandering the New Mexico badlands, distancing himself from his past life in Hell's Kitchen. He's on a path of self-discovery, trying to find peace and redemption. Murdock encounters a blind boy named Billy, who is struggling to catch a coin. Murdock teaches Billy to use his hearing to catch the coin, mirroring Murdock's own use of heightened senses to compensate for his blindness. As Murdock continues his journey, he stops at a diner where the locals are wary of strangers. After leaving the diner, he witnesses a group of men harassing Billy. Although Murdock could easily defeat them with his skills, he chooses not to engage in violence. The sheriff arrives, breaks up the altercation, and warns Murdock to leave town. Despite the sheriff's warning, Murdock senses that something sinister is lurking beneath the town's surface. He's torn between his desire to avoid trouble and his innate sense of justice. The issue ends with Murdock leaving town, but the mystery and the potential for new evils to rise remain. Daredevil, Reborn #2, continues the story of Matt Murdock's journey of self-discovery and redemption. In this issue, Murdock is in a small town in New Mexico where he's trying to stay under the radar and leave his Daredevil persona behind. However, he finds himself unable to ignore the injustices around him. The comic delves deeper into the corruption and darkness lurking in the town. Murdock encounters a situation that compels him to act despite his initial reluctance to get involved. The story highlights his internal struggle between his desire for a peaceful life and his innate drive to fight against wrongdoing. As Murdock gets drawn into the town's issues, it becomes clear that he can't escape who he is at his core, the hero within. The issue builds on the themes of guilt and redemption introduced in the first issue, further developing Murdock's character and setting up the challenges he will face as he confronts the corruption and tries to make things right. Daredevil, Reborn #3, continues to explore Matt Murdock's quest for redemption. In this issue, Murdock finds himself in a precarious situation, caught between a corrupt police department and a ruthless gang of killers. The story emphasizes the internal conflict Murdock faces as he grapples with his sense of unworthiness and the undeniable legacy of Daredevil. Trapped in this dangerous predicament, Murdock must confront the reality that one man can indeed make a difference. Despite his doubts and the weight of his past, the mantle of heroism is not something he can easily cast aside. This issue is pivotal in showing Murdock's realization that he cannot deny his heroic nature, even in a life he wishes to leave behind. The narrative pushes Murdock to act, reinforcing the idea that the essence of who he is as Daredevil is not something he can escape, regardless of how far he runs. It's a powerful testament to the enduring spirit of a hero, even when they are at their lowest point. Daredevil, Reborn #4, is the concluding issue of the series that follows Matt Murdock's journey after the events of Shadowland. In this final chapter, Murdock must confront the darkness within himself, a personal hell that has haunted him since his fall from grace. The story reaches its climax as Murdock faces off against the forces that have been corrupting the small New Mexico town he's found himself in. Throughout the series, Murdock has been wrestling with his identity and the concept of fear. Known as the man without fear, he now has to deal with the terrifying realization of what lies in the depths of his own psyche. This issue promises to be a dramatic finale, where Murdock's path to redemption either makes him stronger or breaks him entirely. It's a deep dive into the character's soul, examining what it means to be a hero and the heavy burden that comes with such a title. And that all for today. Viewers, if you have any other recommendation for next video, just comment. See you next time.